All right, Halos, welcome back. We're back here with Drew once again, and we're going to be doing a quick rundown of what we've seen so far in the playoffs of LCS Championship for what is it, the summer split in 2023. Um,
That is correct. Yeah.
so I just wanted to do a quick spoiler warning. Why is this so huge? What the heck? Quick spoiler warning. If you guys haven't seen any of the playoffs so far, definitely watch those before watching this video because we are going to be spoiling some stuff. So, yeah, this is your warning. Click away now. I'll give you 5 seconds. Okay, sure, that's
You
probably
had
five
warning.
seconds. Yep, you have
Yep, you
warning.
had
Now,
ample
now we're getting
warning.
spoiled. Okay, so the
Oh my
upper
God. I
bracket.
haven't seen any of these.
Oh my god.
I watched them all. I watched them all.
Okay, so the first team, first I don't remember exactly the order. We'll just go top to bottom. Um,
Mhm.
First, we got NRG versus TL, and they went 3-1. What do you remember from this series?
At the time, I was very surprised. I thought TL was the big favorite to win that matchup.
Okay, yeah.
I was not very like hype on NRG coming into this,
Okay, okay.
but I remember being so one surprised, and then two, I thought that APA looked kind of uncomfortable in this series.
That's
I remember
fair.
him being just like, which makes sense, right? He's like a super true rookie, and he's
Yep,
like in a playoff match. So I remember
exactly.
him feeling like a little off this series.
Yeah, for sure. I can understand that for sure. I don't blame him at all. I think he's actually really good, and I like, although I think he still has to improve, of course, but I think he's doing really well so far, and I kind of like him a lot. That's honestly, I was not a big fan of this TL team even since the spring performance.
Yeah,
I kind of just carried it over to summer a little bit, and I do think they've been playing better. But I think, like you said, a lot of people expected TL to be the favorite here for sure, and the fact that they ended up they did take one game, but they got 3-1 by NRG, so it was interesting. I actually think NRG is really good. I do think Dokla's performing slightly worse, just slightly though, than he has been the last couple of splits. But I think just like they've done in the last two times against C9, pretty much in the playoffs, they've always taken C9 to 5 games up until this, which we'll just skip over for now.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Other than that one, yeah.
I think they've been really good, and I think they've only been ramping up, and they definitely got an upgrade in their bot and support, personally, because it was Luger and Poom right before, and I don't
Yep.
believe either of those guys were like maybe middle of the standings at best in terms of like bot lane. So I don't know. I wasn't a big fan of that team, but FBI is like decent. I don't think he's amazing, but I think he's doing pretty well. And then of course Ignar, he's pretty good. I'm
Yeah,
a fan.
especially on now that a lot of what's it called engage
Yes,
supports are
yeah,
back into the meta.
right up his alley.
Yeah, he looks a little bit more sus when it's enchanters, but yeah, engage meta, ignores your guy. So yeah.
For sure. So I actually thought Energy would be better, and I was hoping they would win. I figured it was gonna be a little closer maybe, but I think 3-1's fine. Like 4 games is pretty good. So yeah. Anyways, the upper bracket. Wait, this is the lower bracket, isn't it? Hold on.
No,
EG
no,
versus
these were
TSM.
upper brackets, yeah. Because GG and C9 got
Oh,
a
oh,
bye.
the
Yeah,
second.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, I got you. I got you.
Yep.
Okay, my bad. So yeah, so we got EG going 3-2 against TSM. TSM gets knocked to the lower bracket. Um, so I think this is fine. I think TSM has been playing pretty decently, but I don't think they've actually been good enough. And EG has been playing really well. It's kind of like the story of JoJo, pretty
Yes,
much right
it's
now.
pretty much JoJo is that team at the moment,
Yeah,
which is enough to beat TSM. Yeah, even though
for sure.
like, TSM is actually surprising that they've done as well as they have
Yeah.
with their roster, but yeah, I didn't think they could beat Ichi.
Of course, I do want to give a big shout out to Instant. He's been playing out of his mind this
Yes.
split, and he definitely deserves an LCS spot for sure. Uh,
Yeah, I kind of hope if he ends up on a team again next year.
yeah, 100%. Um, But yeah, they did get knocked to the lower bracket, and then so after that we've got the Golden Guardians versus NRG, which was okay. What's your thoughts on this? Because this was kind of crazy. I didn't expect this at all.
That it was very shocking to me, honestly. I thought so this I used to kind of think that Golden Guardians may actually be the best team.
Me too.
Um
Yeah, I thought they were
like
playing better than
yeah,
C9 for a lot of the split.
me too. And I definitely like underestimated NRG coming into the playoffs.
Yeah.
So that NRG TL game, I was like, huh, that's interesting. But then once NRG beat Golden Guardians there,
Hmm.
then am I kind of like it was like a mind blown moment because I was like, I wasn't exactly sure how to read it. It was either is NRG just way better than I thought,
Yeah.
or is Golden Guardians like a lot worse than I thought, or is it a combo of the two? But I definitely had some big question marks after that series.
Yeah.
Um, I think that was also the series where I was like, okay, like I actually started to put some like respect behind NRG after that one.
100%. Um, I'm trying to remember exactly for sure, but I'm pretty sure. Let's see, did C9 actually win this one? Yeah, they did. Okay. So, I'm trying to remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure that. So it must be that C9 and Golden Guardians went 1-1, and that's why they had a tiebreaker at the end.
Yeah,
But I thought I remembered NRG or Golden Guardians 2-0'd Cloud9 actually, in the regular season. Tell me if I'm wrong, but I believe that's what
I think
happened.
that's right. Yeah, because
I think it was NRG.
Energy was that team that like beat good teams and lost to bad teams. They were like really weird, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Um, so yeah, that was that. NRG kind of just surprised everyone because like you were saying, I think Golden Guardians was probably meant to either be equal to or maybe even better than Cloud9 this season because or this split in the summer because Cloud9 has been not looking as good as they've been in the last two splits. So and yeah, it's just I don't know. Golden Guardians have been playing more cohesive as a team, even though their individuals are
yeah,
probably not maybe not best in class, but they're pretty close. So yeah, this is a big surprise. Energy 3-1 Golden Guardians, and then um, C9 3-0's Evil Geniuses. I thought this game was going to be closer, but I think a lot of people expected EG to take maybe one or two games for sure. If not, maybe even beat C9. But I don't think anyone's thinking beat C9. What do you think
no, I
about
didn't
this
think
match?
they. I didn't think. I thought maybe like JoJo could have a pop off game and
Yeah.
pick up like a win in the series, but I was pretty sure Cloud9 was
Okay. So you
gonna
didn't think they would
beat them
make two
pretty.
wins?
No,
Okay.
I didn't think so.
Right on. Yeah, no surprise. It is a bit of surprise for me that they didn't lose a game. Personally, I think they should have probably lost one of the games. Some people say even two or three of the games, because actually, or maybe I'm thinking the NRG, but either way, they should have lost I think one game probably. But the 3-0 is kind of crazy. So yeah. Anyways, either way, they 3-0'd EG. C9's still looking good, and then we got the lower bracket were TSM versus Dignitas, where Dignitas 3-2s TSM. Heartbreaker for TSM every time going to 5 games and they can't
I
clutch
know.
it out.
I know. I wanted to see him go a bit further in the playoffs, but
Me too.
mostly just for insanity. Like you were
Yeah,
saying, I like that guy, so I wanted him to maybe win at least one series. I thought it could be this one, but it was not.
100%. Um, Real heartbreaker, but it is what it is. Dignitas 3-2s TSM, and they move on. TSM gets knocked out completely. Super sad. It's okay though. I think Dignitas is okay to move on, but I don't think they're a good enough team to really make it real far. We'll just ignore this right side of the screen for a second. Uh, um, but yeah, I think TSM probably should have moved on, but they ended up not being able to clutch it out. So TL versus 100 Thieves. TL 3-1's 100 Thieves. This is 100 Thieves' is only chance in this bracket because they started in the bottom already, so they immediately got knocked out. Sorry, 100 Thieves has not been playing very good.
No,
Ever
they
since they
have not
lost
been.
the Golden Guardians roster that they pretty much straight implanted. Uh,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but I think Closer hasn't been playing well enough from what I've heard, and I think Double's been playing okay, Double Lift, but I don't think he's been like popping off or anything. But it is
No,
hard
he's
when your
been
team is not performing.
yeah, he's probably been the best part of the roster, but it's definitely not been enough. Closers look really bad. I'm not sure what's up there. Um, could be I mean, I feel like sometimes junglers are handicapped in a sense, like they need synergy with their mid laner.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but yeah, this whole year closers or this whole like summer season, he's been like out of sorts, I feel. So I'm
That's
not sure what's going on there.
Yeah, that's true. Their mid laner wasn't exactly the best. Going from Bjergsen to like rookies, or I'm not sure if it's a rookie, but I think he was an import at least, like from one of the lower teams, or like a
Hmm.
academy maybe from, was it Korea? I think. Is it Korean
Yeah,
import, I
yeah,
believe.
yeah. Yeah.
So
But
I don't
he
know.
was not like a highly like
Yeah,
valued like import, I would say, or like player. So
yeah. No flame to him or
um
anything, but like, uh,
yeah.
yeah. So, anyways, they get knocked out unfortunately, but that's okay. TL moves on, which I think a lot of people were happy to see that they kind of bounced back a little bit. Uh, and then after that, we've got C9 versus NRG, which ended up going 3-0 with C9. I did not think this was going to happen. I thought NRG would take at least one, probably two games off of C9, um, considering how C9 was playing. But I don't know. They kept coming back. C9 kept coming back every time, somehow, some way. Uh, Even with, I think this is the game that Cloud9 played Sever in one of the games, which I do not think Sever is good at all right now. I think,
They did. It was weird because I don't think Siver's good at all either. And I feel like let me try and remember. Berserker played Sivir,
yeah.
and then in the third game, FBI like played Sivir. And then I was just thinking, I'm like, listen, Sivir's not that good. It was just Berserker who made it look like halfway
Exactly.
decent. So
Yeah.
like you're FBI like don't I mean he didn't look bad on Sivir either, but I just think there are better choices in Sivir right
Yeah, I
now.
think
But
there's easily probably at least five champions that are better than Sever. And there's no way that all five of those were banned, so um,
yeah.
I don't remember the exact bans, but I don't know. Either way, it was a interesting series for sure. But Cloud9 clutches it out, knocks Energy to a lower bracket, and then from there, we've got Golden Guardians versus Dignitas, which is pretty easily to understand. It was a 3-0 for Golden
Yeah.
Guardians. It's good to see the Golden Guardians were able to bounce back from the energy loss.
Yeah, they kind of you didn't think they were gonna lose.
Yeah,
Even with them
it's getting
dropping to
worrying though.
energy. Yeah, you were like, "Huh, I wonder if this is possible. No, no, it's not. It's not possible. They're gonna lose to Dignitas. So they did not have any trouble there.
Yes, sir. All right, and then we got TL versus EG, which TL ended up 3-1ing EG real fast. And um, honestly, I was still not a believer in TL. I understand they can beat 100 Thieves. That makes sense. That's fine.
Sure. Yep.
They've been playing much better than their spring play, and but I honestly I thought EG had a good chance at winning the series, but ended up only taking one game off of them. So TL proving me wrong over here, uh, silencing the haters. uh,
I thought they had a good chance too, but I don't know. Evil Geniuses looked not on their game. I thought they had a
mhm,
good shot because I thought JoJo would be able to really kind of abuse APA just by again the fact that he's
right.
like a rookie in the playoffs for the first time.
Hmm.
I thought JoJo might have an advantage there, and I thought Revenge could. maybe not like out or like outright beat Summit, but I thought he could just like, I thought he could hold up against Summit.
Yeah,
But yeah, those two things did not necessarily happen. So
definitely.
TL was cruising in this one. They did not have too much trouble.
Yeah, for sure. All right, and then so Golden Guardians TL move on. Dignitas is completely eliminated, and EG actually is also eliminated right there. So
Hmm.
RIP to those ones. Moment of silence. Anyways, so moving on, we got Golden Guardians versus Team Liquid, which is the last series that just happened actually. Um, I think we're getting close to, yeah, it's almost time for the next couple series, which is awesome. Super
Yeah,
excited for those.
this one decided who the what's it called? The fourth place team was going to be
Yep, exactly.
from NA. So the loser of this one was is the team that has to I mean you see right there. So Golden Guardians is the team that has to play the EU fourth seed for the right to go into Worlds play-ins.
Yeah, and I'm not sure who that is actually yet.
We,
Let's see if we
we
can
don't know
find out.
yet. They're so far behind.
Oh, they're so. Oh, okay.
They haven't even started their playoffs yet.
Really? What the
Yeah.
heck?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. It's actually
Okay.
like crazy.
All right. Well,
Yep.
cool.
It's this weekend. And it's wild.
All right. Well, anyways, so yeah, we'll find out what happens with that. But basically, Golden Guardians gets put in fourth place. I noticed a lot of people were saying like Golden Guardians actually wants to lose this because they're our best chance at beating an EU team. I think probably out of all the
That might be
teams.
fair, actually. Yeah.
So, anyways, unfortunately, I did not think Golden Guardians was going to lose, but then again, they did not have a great playoffs, and they've been looking not as great. But I hope they can step it up for Worlds, or the EU match at the very least. Um,
Yeah, actually,
s-
so this series I thought APA looked actually very comfortable like the whole way through.
yeah.
He didn't necessarily like hard solo carry any of the games,
Hmm.
any of the five games, but he looked like a lot more comfortable at that point. And he was playing stuff like we know he has a really good Tristana, but he was playing like Nico and Ari.
Yeah. Yeah, the Aru
So
was really
I
good
just thought,
actually.
yeah, it impressed me a lot. So I thought this was kind of like a good sign if you're a TL fan that um, APA was starting to look more like himself, or like he didn't have as much nerves anymore.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm glad he was able to pick it up because this is his fourth series already, just this playoffs.
Yeah. So he's got a lot of. I think that was good for it, that he got
Yeah,
a lot of playoff experience very quickly. So that probably boded well
I think so
for
too.
him.
Yeah. All right, and then so the next upcoming match is going to be with NRG and TL. So, go ahead. You have any thoughts, or you want me to start?
Do I have any thoughts? I hmm.
They have faced each other before.
Mm, they have faced each other. That's what I was thinking about, but I feel like that almost wasn't. That was the game where I thought APA looked the most rattled and
Hmm.
nervous,
Yeah,
and I feel like he's
warmed up.
completely warmed up at this point. So I almost don't want to read too much into that first matchup.
Fair, fair.
Um, so I don't know. This is a hard one for me to call. I think maybe NRG. This is my take. I think NRG is a better team as a whole. They
Hmm.
play as like a unit better. But I think that Team Liquid, they have like a higher ceiling. Like they have players who I think could pop off harder. Like I could see Summit, Pioshik, or APA having a pop off game. Even Yon maybe. Like I feel like any of their players could pop off and win them a game. But they could also just like int and lose them the game, right? So I think they're like higher. I think it's like higher like variables with TL. I think they have a
Hmm.
higher high but a lower low. And I think NRG is just like a better overall team right now. That's my take.
All right, yeah. Once again, your resident TL hater, is coming out. But no, I do think Liquid actually has a very good chance to win this series. But I do think I'm gonna have to go with NRG. to take it. I think I'm not sure what it's gonna be. It's probably gonna be a 3-2 if I had to guess. I do think APA is a lot
I
more
think it'll be
warmed up.
close. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do think AP is a lot more warmed up than he was before, and they're playing quite well. Um, I I think NRG is gonna be able to take it, but it's definitely gonna be close. It's hard to call for sure, but so we both think NRG is gonna move on then.
I think so. I also think people who are favoring TL, like we saw them beat EG, and then we saw them win a close series against Golden Guardians.
True. Yep.
So we're like, oh, they're on like we've seen them win two series back to back.
Yeah.
And then the last we
Three.
saw NRG, they lost 3-0. Oh yeah, three back to back, right? And then
Yep.
we saw NRG drop 3-0 to Cloud9, but I don't want to read in
True.
too much of that because I think Cloud9 is
And those were
a
even
good team.
closer games.
We're closer than it looks, yeah, for sure. So I
Yeah.
think I agree that NRG should be able, I think it will be like a 3-2, but I think they should be able to win it.
All right, and so that leaves, assuming that NRG does move on, we're gonna have a NRG versus C9 rematch once again. Um, I think so. Here's the statistics. I think from what I can remember, not gonna be Jat stats or anything like that. But
Okay.
um, I from what I can remember, anytime a lower bracket person made it back into the finals, the lower bracket won, except for the time that C9 was the upper bracket winner going into that series. That was the only time the upper bracket actually won against the lower bracket. So,
Okay. Okay.
judging by those stats, and I'm a hard biased C9 player or C9 fan all the way since what 2013 summer split, something like that, or it was
Yeah. Yeah.
2014,
Yeah.
something like that. Um, I do think C9 is going to take it once again. Obviously, they do have the head-to-head from before, but yeah, I don't know. I think it's going to be closer though. I think it's probably going to be a 3-1 if I had to say for sure. But it could be a 3-0. I just don't think it's as likely. NRG is a team that can adapt really well and
Yes.
can learn from their mistakes pretty quickly, I believe. So I think it's probably gonna be 3-1 Cloud9.
I think that's probably right. I think Cloud9 is just the best North American team.
Yeah.
Um, they even like the series where they are behind in a game, they always kind of come back, and I think it's just because they have better, like they just have better players. Like the only player on that team that I'm ever worried is going to kind of like throw early is MNS. And he doesn't do it all the
Yeah.
time, but I think he's like everybody else feels like they're so stable
Yep.
that even because and don't get me wrong, like MNS can sometimes like win you an early game too, right? So
Yeah.
I feel like even the times where he does throw, like the other four players are so stable that they're just always gonna find a way back into the game. And I think Berserker's just the best player we have right now. So
Yeah, for sure.
um, that makes it that's pretty good late game insurance when you have that guy on 80K. You're like, if we just stick around long enough, we're probably gonna start winning these team fights.
Classic
Um,
NA. Their best player is a Korean import.
yes, 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 yes. I do my weird hot take is I think like I heard a couple of people have like on some of the other like shows and stuff like I think Cloud9 wins NA easily, but I think maybe they're almost too stable to win internationally. Is like
Yeah.
how do I put this?
No,
Like
I
I think
completely
they
understand.
win in A because of their style. Like it's safe, and then they always like will come back and they'll win in the late game when other teams start to make mistakes. But a team like Golden Guardians or NRG who do kind of play more high risk in the
Hmm.
earlier games,
Yep.
I think they have a chance to catch some like better international teams off guard and like win a game. But maybe we'll talk about that. We're gonna do some worlds content, right? So maybe we'll
Yes.
save that deeper convo. I don't know. It'll be interesting, but it's cool that we kind of know. So we're getting the C9, NRG, and TL as our like locked in Worlds teams, and
Yep.
then
Hopefully Golden
Golden Guardians
Guardians.
will have to face whoever is the four from EU in
I think someone was saying, I mean, everyone hates Mad Lions in Europe, but I think people were saying
yeah.
Mad Lions is probably gonna be the fourth, and so far
Oh, there you go.
they lost in the play-ins a couple different times, like
True.
MSI and I think somewhere else maybe.
Yep. So
If I remember
we
correctly.
got a chance.
Yeah. Or wait, no, it
Got
wasn't
a
MSI. It was
chance.
something else. Yeah, no, it wasn't. But yeah, like I want to piggyback on what you were saying us there for a second though.
Yeah.
I do believe. Oh, except I'm just gonna blank real fast, so never mind. But yeah, we are hoping to do some worlds content for sure. Maybe predictions, probably. Maybe coverage. We kind of want to do a long form podcast, maybe like, what do you say, like maybe an hour long?
Yeah. I think it could be cool to like follow the NA teams
Yes,
as they journey through Worlds for as long as they can stick around. So I think
yeah,
that could be fun
definitely.
to follow them.
Maybe we'll do
So that would
some
be
predictions ahead of time, what we think the teams will play out once they end up
Mhm.
locking everyone in, and then everyone does the draw show. We could
Yeah, yeah,
probably
yeah.
do, or we could do a draw show reaction. That'd be cool. I think that'd be a good
That'd be
idea.
fun. Yeah.
So yeah, I look forward to that stuff. Let us know what you guys think about this stuff in the comments if y'all are interested in this type of thing. Of course, liking and just giving a view would also definitely help us know whether you like it or not. Um, but yeah, either way. Oh, that's what I was gonna piggyback on. What you were saying about Cloud9. I think it's pretty much the fact that the more recent Cloud9 is good at actually finishing finals and beating people in LCS, but they're
Yep.
not good at international. And previously,
Yeah.
C9 were good at international, but we're always going through like the gauntlet, like going third place or
Yeah, yeah,
sometimes
yeah.
second place, pretty much, but usually third place into worlds through like play-ins and stuff. And it seemed like it was helping them getting like experience and stuff and warming up. But yeah, once again I'm gonna hopium a little bit and hope that they can make it out of group stage, but uh, most likely it's not gonna happen. We'll see what happens though. Hopefully Golden Guardians does go though because they were able to pick up some games against I think it was the Chinese teams, which ended up
Yep,
winning.
yep,
Not
yep,
the
yep.
team that won, but the Chinese teams did end up winning the MSI. So I think they could have a pretty decent showing at Worlds. Maybe even a higher chance of making it out of a group if they do end up getting there
Yeah,
than
if they can
Cloud9.
make it. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't think NRG. Well, I think maybe NRG could. I don't know if they can make it out of groups.
That one feels tough.
Yeah, I don't
That
think
one
TL
feels
could either
tough.
personally for me, but maybe.
Yeah,
But
we'll see.
yep, we'll see. Anyways, see you guys later. We're hoping to do a post finals like quick like recap. Shouldn't be as long as this, of course, but yeah, hopefully that'll work out, and I guess we'll see you guys on that side of the finals. All right, I'll see you all later, and make sure to check out Drew's stuff, all his socials and everything. I'll link it in the description as well, but got some of the stuff pulled up right here as well. So yeah. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. Peace.